Good morning, students. So, in the previous class, we have discussed the simple microscope and we have defined the angular magnification or the magnifying power of a simple microscope. And these simple microscope are made used by the palmists. Palmists are the one they see the lines on your palms through the magnifying glass. So, they adjust their hand such a way that the lines of the hand fall in between the principal focus and the optic center of the magnifying lens or the convex lens. Thereby, they happen to see the enlarged image of the object. And these magnifying lenses are also made used to read the contents of the medicines in the strip of the medicines. They will be in small letters. So, to read those contents in the medicine strip, the magnifying glasses are made use. In this class, we discuss the compound microscope. So, many of you in your school, in your schools while studying in 10th, 9th, and the biology classes, or if you have visited the laboratory, you might have seen the compound microscope. So, compound microscope is an optical instrument to see the minute particles or the minute objects or the microorganisms. So, the particles or the tissues or the plant cell or the animal cell which are of the size of 10 to the power of minus 6 meter, which is nothing but 1 micrometer. So, microorganisms can be viewed under compound microscope. So, here the objective lens and eye lens. A lens nearer to the object or the slide what we keep under the microscope is called as objective lens. The experimenter, the observer, views the object under microscope through another lens called eye lens. The lens which is very close to the eye of the observer is called eye lens. So, these two lenses are placed coaxially with common principal axis. The compound microscope is provided with a rack and pinion arrangement that experimenter operates and changes the relative distance between the object and the objective lens and the eye lens to focus the given object clearly and distinctly. So, here seeing this ray diagram, objective lens is of small aperture, area available for refraction is very less, and focal length is also of a small, focal length is small, even the aperture is also small. Focal length is of the order of 2.5 centimeter, whereas the eye lens is of large aperture and large focal length as compared to the focal length of the eye lens. So, both are placed coaxially, common principal axis, housed together in a coaxial tubes. The image formation in case of compound microscope, this is the ray diagram. Here AB is the object, say plant cell or the animal cell, what you place on the slide. It is to be placed, the slide is to be placed or object is to be placed just beyond the principal focus of the objective lens. If UO is the object distance, then UO is of the order of 2.6 centimeter, whereas focal length of the objective is 2.5, object distance is 2.6 centimeter. In other words, UO is nearly equals to FO only. Object being between F and 2F, the image will be formed beyond 2F. For that, we consider a set of rays from the object. A ray of light parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through the principal focus of the objective. A ray directed towards optic center of the objective travels undeviated. Both the refracted rays are converging. Both are converging. Hence, the objective lens produces a real inverted enlarged image A dash B dash. UO is the object distance, whereas VO is the image distance for the objective lens. This image A dash B dash formed by the objective lens is made to fall between the optic center and the principal focus of the eye lens with rack and pinion arrangement by the observer. So, observer operating the rack and pinion arrangement adjust that this image to be formed between FE and OE. Not only this, we will adjust with rack and pinion arrangement that its image is been formed at a least distance of distinct vision. So, here object being between FE and OE, the eye lens produces virtual, erect, enlarged image on the same side of the object. So, experimenter takes care that with rack and pinion arrangement, the image is being made to fall at least distance of distinct vision. So, for eye lens, A dash B dash image formed by the objective lens acts as a virtual object. A dash B dash acts as virtual object for the eye lens and final image. Here also A dash consider a set of rays, a ray parallel to the principal axis. After refraction passes through the principal focus of the eye lens, a ray of light directed towards optic center of the eye lens travels undeviated. Both the refracted rays are diverging, they do not meet, hence the eye lens produces virtual image. These refracted rays, when they are produced backward, they intersect each other at a point. To this point of intersection, a perpendicular A double dash B double dash is drawn, which provides us the position and nature of the image. So, for eye lens, A dash B dash acts as virtual object, whereas A double dash B double dash is the final image as produced by the eye lens. And this final image is a object distance for the eye lens, we take it as UE, and image distance for the eye lens, it is VE, and V equals to, I do write minus D, where D is a least distance of distinct vision. Thereby we define magnifying power or angular magnification. Angular magnification is defined as the ratio of tangent of the angle made by the image at the eye lens, or the eye of the observer when the image is formed at a least distance of distinct vision to the tangent of now here we have to imagine this object AB to be at a least distance of a distinct vision. Let me say it as A double dash C double dash, that is the object being at a least distance of distinct vision. The object subtends an angle alpha at the eye lens or the eye, object being at a least distance of distinct vision. That is why we define magnifying power as the ratio of a tangent of the angle made by the final image at the eye lens when the image being at a least distance of distinct vision to the tangent of the angle made by the object at the eye lens or the eye when the object is at a least distance of distinct vision. So here tan beta is opposite side by adjacent side. Adjacent side is capital D, opposite side is A double dash B double dash by D. Likewise, tan alpha is opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side is A double dash C double dash divided by D. D held cancel. So we will be left with the angular magnification or magnifying power of the compound microscope as height of the final image to the height of the object placed in front of objective lens. So here we are taking it as, instead of A double dash C double dash, we are writing AB, since A double dash C double dash height is the same as height of the object placed in front of the objective lens. We can rewrite this as A double dash B double dash divided by AB. I will write here divided by A dash B dash multiplied by A dash B dash. They can be cancelled. If they get cancelled, we will get the same relation. Then angular magnification capital M is the product of linear magnification of objective, linear magnification of eye lens. So linear magnification of the objective is height of the image to the height of the object. Linear magnification of the eye lens is height of the image A double dash B double dash divided by height of the object, that is A dash B dash. Let us call this as equation 1. Linear magnification. So this is capital M is angular magnification or magnifying power of the compound microscope. Now linear magnification of the eye lens, already in a simple microscope we have derived this formula 1 plus D by Fe, where the symbols have their usual meaning. D is the least distance of distinct vision, it is 25 centimeter, and Fe is the focal length of the eye lens. Similarly, linear magnification for the objective, it is actually image distance to the object distance. Image distance here VO is positive, object distance UV is negative. VO positive, UO negative, that is why UO being negative, I do write minus. Applying sign conventions for the linear magnification of the objective, it is the image distance to the object distance. Applying sign convention, it comes out to be negative. Substituting these two in this particular expression 1, we get angular magnification is minus VO by UO into bracket 1 plus D by Fe. Let us call this as equation 2. So there are numerical sums in the end of the chapter in exercise part, wherein you have to make use of these relations as per requirement. So here, as I said here, object distance is nearly equals to the focal length. Object distance 2.6, your focal length is 2.5. So object distance nearly equals to focal length of the objective, and observer or the experimenter adjusts the rack and pinion arrangement such that the image produced by the objective A dash B dash being formed very close to the eye lens. In that case, we write VO equals to length of the microscope. Here length of the microscope, let me write it as L. L is sum total of the image distance for the objective and object distance for the eye lens. VO is too large, UV is too small, since the image A dash B dash is made to form very close to the eye lens. That is why VO is approximated to the length of the microscope, UV being too small compared to the image distance VO. Thereby we write the angular magnification as minus L by FO into bracket 1 plus D by Fe. Let's call this as equation 3. If the observer or the experimenter with rack and pinion arrangement made to fall this image A dash B dash formed due to objective at the principal focus of the eye lens. If this image A dash B dash is made to fall at the principal focus of the eye lens, then the refracted rays become parallel to one another, they meet at infinity. If the final image is formed at infinity, then the relation reduces to capital M equals to minus L by Fo. Instead of 1 plus D by Fe, it is just D by Fe. So, seeing to this final expression, what we can notice here is angular magnification or magnifying power of the compound microscope is inversely proportional to the focal length of the objective and focal length of the eye lens. So, a person can design an efficient microscope choosing appropriate focal length of the objective and the eye lens. So, both must be very small to get the angular magnification quite large. The experimenter prefers this particular case, final image being formed at infinity. Since he has to gauge his sight on the final image formed at infinity, there won't be any strain on the eyes of the experimenter or the observer. That's why he prefers the second case, that is final image being formed at infinity instead of the image forming at a least distance of distinct vision. So, the experimenter, the observer, doesn't prefer this particular case, the image being formed at least distance of a distinct vision. He prefers the other case, that is the final image to be formed at infinity. That is possible only when the image A dash B dash formed due to the objective lens is made to fall at the principal focus of the eye lens with the help of rack and pinion arrangement by the observer. Okay. So, in the next class we discuss the construction and working of telescope. Telescope also there are two types, refraction type telescope and reflection type telescope, astronomical telescope and terrestrial telescope. Thank you.